It's nice not having a hotel here. We get some place to speak, right? Look at that. San Jose is in a housing crisis. And this crisis is not here by accident. San Jose's housing crisis has destroyed the lives of tens of thousands and even millions of people. 6,000 Bay Area residents currently live on the streets of San Jose. Half of the nation's population of unhoused people live in California. 4,500 San Jose State students at the school that all of our city council members and mayors hold to a high level of prestige for the contributions to our community. 4,500 students have experienced homelessness in the past year. It means living in a car, sleeping in a friend's house, or in a school classroom. And currently the exodus of San Jose residents and residents of the Bay Area is greater than ever, with 1.5 million Bay Area residents leaving the Bay Area between the year 2010 and 2016. Now, this campaign that I've taken upon myself for my community, which started more than 7 months ago, has taught me so much about the issues in our community. I've spoke to thousands of people, all of whom share the same issues of some level of housing insecurity, ranging from my friends as young as 19, sleeping in their dad's RV, which they have been doing since we went to high school together, to my neighbor who lives on Villa Avenue, like I mentioned before, living in his RV with thousands of dollars of fines from the city because RV living is illegal, to neighbors across the street on the Alameda who first lived in the same apartment complex in the 1980s where they paid $450 for rent, which is now $1,900. He's still a mechanic. When you talk to the people who vote in this community, you would see that there are really huge issues plaguing everyone across socioeconomic divides, across demographics, across age groups. And yet, when you go to city council meetings, you would think that this issue is not really there, as we gut affordable housing measures and encourage corporate development and have unspoken policies that no jobs to housing conversions, which has blocked affordable teacher housing in this district before. Now, that no jobs to housing conversion is very likely, it could block any residential building here. That even if we do deny this proposed hotel development, we will, under the current system, get a different corporate development, such as quoted by our current District 6 council member, a pharmacy, or local hardware store, or restaurant, all of which I tell you, as a resident of this community, are within walking distance of this very property. We do not need more corporate development, not in this community. Not in this community where we have access to all the important things for robust youth and family development that encourage every person to take mass transit, with the 61 line connecting us to Southside, with the 22 just 2 blocks away connecting us all the way to Palo Alto, all the way down to Eastside Transit Center, with the Diridon Transit Hub, which is going to be one of the largest transit hubs on the West Coast in the next coming years. This community is the place for people to live. And I say that as someone who has lived here for my whole life. I have grown as a young person into an adult, into someone who is now leading our community right here. And I want to give that opportunity to as many people as possible. Because San Jose District 6 is the place for growth, it's the place for progress and sustainable progress. Not the progress that requires you to drive 20 miles to get to your job and to get your kids to the good public school. The good public school is right there. The great shopping center is right there. There's even malls and movie theaters all surrounding us. But the root of the issue in this hotel development is the structure and goals of our city government. When you read the general plan, when you read the budget for 2020, the highlighting factor is corporate development and making San Jose a better place for businesses to operate. Now, I understand that that's the MO of all large cities across the world. That without business, you're seen on a global scale as pointless, as not having a future in the coming century. But what we're really seeing is that what makes cities objectively good is their ability to care for people's basic needs. What makes a city a good city is access to safe transportation, not car dependency, which leads to thousands of dollars of debt as young as 16, the first time you're forced to buy a car. What makes the city good is that every person has access to some shelter or city-provided amenities to improve quality of life. Running water, electricity. It doesn't have to even be a whole unit. It can be a sanctioned tent encampment. All of that is lacking in San Jose. But what we do have is a focus on corporate development. 0.3 miles from here, Google's coming in. 83 acres of Google campus next to my home, next to our home. That enough is very difficult. And what we are doing today is a last stand effort to secure land for affordable housing. Because we can raise taxes, we can install a property transfer tax to raise more money for affordable housing, but in the end, if we don't have land, then we don't have housing. And projects like this are getting authorized all across our city, and especially in neighborhoods where the communities don't have as much time and energy and money to be as civically engaged as this community that we are in. Who is standing up for those communities? The ones we don't hear from, where hotels are popping up, where parks are getting demolished, where off-ramps are getting expanded. Those communities are quiet. And we will see the devastating effects that our affinity for corporate development will have on the people of San Jose. But we are standing here today as a feeble cry, pleading for benefits to our community, for benefits for our health, for benefits of generations to come, as the last two speakers have made clear. 615 Stockton Avenue must be used for community-centered development. And I will tell you that that does not mean a hotel, which was originally positioned as benefiting our community because we can use it. That's a lie. The only thing that our community needs is shelter, space to grow agriculture, places for young people to develop their skills and become young people in a safe, comforting environment. And all of that can and will happen here. Thank you.
Thank you, Marshall. Thank you. That was beautiful. Very good. Thank you. Yeah. Woo! That was great. Thank you.
Could you two join me on stage for a little photo? Austin, do you mind?
Thank you. Thank you for being here. It was good.
Good night.
Beautiful neighborhood.
Oh, that's beautiful. Isn't that great? It's so neat.